Welcome to join today's webinar about Eco Portfolio in Asia Pacific. Before we start the webinar, two important notices. First, this session will be recorded. Secondly, any questions during the webinar, please feel free to type on chat box during our presentation. We will answer after the session. If we cannot cover your questions during our webinar session, our team or colleagues will approach you and answer your question. So please do not hesitate to write down any questions you want to know about our eco product during the webinar or after webinar. Let me introduce today's presenter, Charlie Powell, Eco Product Manager located in Singapore, and explain about our commitment to sustainability, overview of our eco portfolio, and our production setup in Asia Pacific. Lee Sing-Yuan, Eco Business Development Manager located in China, Shanghai, explain more detail in technical part, including benefit of styrenics and its application. And my name is Han-Bok Song, Eco Business Manager located in Korea and in charge of eco business in Asia Pacific. Let's get started. Before we focus on the Asia Pacific region, introduce our developing eco portfolio, we'd like to introduce the global landscape of INEOS solution. We have 16 production sites globally, spread across 9 countries, North America, Europe, and Asia. We are the global leaders in styrenics, including styrene monomer, PS, ABS, and advanced styrenics. Today, we will more focus on business activity in Asia Pacific region, but if you have any questions about other region, please contact us. And you can see that we have 2 production sites in Korea. Yosu site, where we produce SBC, well-known brand name as a K-resin, and Ulsan site produce PS, ABS, and ASA. Also, Regional Development Center, where to provide technical solution or new product development, also located at Ulsan site. We have 2 polystyrene plants in China, Ningbo and Foshan. And especially, we produce our PS Eco mechanical recycling solution at Foshan site. Last not but least, we have Maktapu plant in Thailand, produce ABS, brand name as Novodo, and SAN as Ruran. Based on multiple production site and development center and also global networking, we are covering the most of styrenics application and providing a competitive edge to various customers. And as you can see, the example of styrenics application, such as office appliance devices, automotive applications, packaging like a water jar and ice cream cups, and various healthcare and construction applications as well. Now, we will explain more detail about our sustainability solution, and I hand over to Charlie.
Thank you very much, Han-Bok. At INEOS Styrolution, we've solidified our commitment to sustainability. By 2030, we have committed to bringing down our emissions by saving 1 million CO2 equivalent tons and becoming net zero by 2050. We have ramped up our eco offering to be able to supply the market with over 500 KT of eco products. And we'll be able to ensure that 100% of our products, both eco and conventional, are in compliance with the relevant regulatory bodies. We believe that our sustainability goals and our optimistic timelines prove that we care, we will aim higher, and we will make it happen. So what recycling technologies can we offer you today, and where do our feedstocks come from? Firstly, I will start with our mechanical recycling offering. Currently, we can produce products derived from a post-consumer, or also known as PCR source. There are numerous different methods in which the material can be recycled, but in essence, the material is separated into the different polymer types, cleaned to a very high specification, graded by color, and then fed back into the standard styrenics value chain at the appropriate point. This process follows the guidelines set out by the Global Recycling Standards body. Secondly, we can offer our circular offerings. These are chemically recycled PCR materials. These feedstocks also undergo stringent grading and cleaning process before they are again fed into the value chain. Our current process is ISCC Plus certified. Thirdly, we can offer our bio-based solutions. The feedstock for these product lines originate from either biomass and/or biodegradable fractions. For example, rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, soybeans, or corn. These feedstocks are integrated again into the value chain using the mass balance approach, which will be explained in slightly more detail later in the webinar. And again, this is under the certification of ISCC Plus. And finally, we can offer our biocircular options. In this case, the feedstocks utilized are from a biological residue streams from previously established processes, such as we utilize tall oil from the paper manufacturing process, palm fatty acids from the production of palm oil, and used cooking oil from the food chain. Again, these feedstocks are integrated into the value chain using the mass balance approach, which is ISCC Plus certified. Throughout our whole feedstock selection process, we follow ISCC Plus sustainability principles and enforce very strict processes to enable us, in some instances, to offer food contact grades, and to be able to confidently claim that our eco products share the same characteristics and properties as our well-established and reputable fossil-based products. This is all whilst reducing the volume of styrenics reaching the end of their lives in the landfill or being incinerated. So how exactly do we incorporate these feedstocks into our established conventional styrenics value chain? This is utilizing the mass balance approach. Conventionally, the naphtha and natural gas fractions from hydrocarbons are fed into a steam cracker to produce the basic organic chemicals, which are the precursor in the styrenics value chain. In the case of our circular sources, the mixed plastic waste and the end-of-use styrenics undergo the pyrolysis process to produce pyrolysis oil, which is fed again into the conventional steam cracker. And in the case of our biocircular sources, the biological residue, biodegradable fractions, and biomass are converted into bio-naphtha and biogas, which again is fed into our conventional steam cracker. The volumes of pyrolysis oil, bio-naphtha, and biogas that are fed into the conventional steam cracker are recorded and mixed with the streams of conventional naphtha and conventional natural gas from a hydrocarbon feedstock. Through the use of the ISCC Plus principles, the eco volumes are converted using the relevant BOMs to calculate the volume of bio-based, biocircular, or circular material that can be produced. Based on the total volume of feedstock added and the total volume of eco material removed, it's possible for us to produce a finished product with 100% bio-attributed feedstocks. By using the mass balance approach, we ensure that properties of our eco grades exactly match those of our conventional grades, meaning our eco offering is a 100% drop-in solution to your current processes. So by utilizing our eco grades, you'll be preventing end-of-life styrenics and biological residues from reaching the landfill and incineration plants. You will not be compromising on product performance or product quality, and you will not have to adapt your current production processes to accept these new grades. And now for some more detail on our current eco portfolio. The 10 products you can see on the screen here are all currently available in our global portfolio and are currently available worldwide. Half of these, however, are being produced in Asia Pacific. These are Luran S, Tellurant, Novador, Novador High Heat, and polystyrene. Our bio-based and biocircular offerings are currently being produced at our world-class manufacturing plant in Ulsan, South Korea. Ulsan is located on the southeast coast of Korea, about 400 kilometers away from Seoul, and boasts a total capacity of 553 kilotons per year. And 266 of these kilotons are the polystyrene capacity, which is the biggest in Korea. At Ulsan, we also have 244 kilotons per year capacity for Tellurant or ABS. This capacity, coupled with our technologies to increase our cost effectiveness and to ensure our products of the highest quality, are met. These technologies are shared with our other global plants in Antwerp, Belgium, Altamira in Mexico, and our new joint venture in China. To complete the overview of the Ulsan plant, we also have a capacity of 43 kilotons per annum capacity for Luran S. Luran S is the flagship product for the high weathering performance and world recognized in the automotive industry. At Ulsan, we can also boast that the site is currently ISCC Plus certified and holds the following ISCO certificates: 9001, 14001, 45001, and 5001. I'd like to now hand over to our Business Development Manager, Lee Singh, to focus more on our polystyrene offerings.
Thanks for the floor, Charlie. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lee Singh, and I'm very glad to be here. Now, we would like to go through the content and explain why we believe polystyrene is a material made for recycling and how can that help our customers, you, to fulfill your sustainability ambitions. Now, to start with, polystyrene is very suitable for mechanical recycling and chemical recycling. And on top of that, bio-based and biocircular feedstock is also commercially available for polystyrene. So in short, polystyrene is suitable for all the sustainable approaches existing nowadays. Now, in terms of mechanical recycling, polystyrene waste source is not only available from EEE, but also available from household waste. Now, the unique part of polystyrene is it is a very low diffusive polymer, which means it will uptake super low level of contamination through the waste treatment process. That would allow us to avoid downcycling, also recycle polystyrene from household waste back to food content applications. And on top of that, polystyrene is also highly sortable based on today's sorting technology, for instance, near infrared. Now, polystyrene does not degrade too much through mechanical recycling, and the main properties can be maintained well, even with little amount of addition of virgin materials. That's why later we will show you we can provide a mechanical recycled grade with very high PCR content. And the customer can use it as a simple drop-in solution to fulfill the equivalent purpose of fossil grade they're using right now. And last but not least, both mechanical recycling and bioattribution polystyrene products would save a lot of carbon dioxide emission for you. And we will further elaborate on this factor later. Now, before we look at the net emission factors, we'd like first to go through the greenhouse gas emission across the value chain and explain where can our eco-products contribute. Now, we all know there are different scopes of emissions across the value chain, as illustrated on the chart here from Greenhouse Gas Protocol. Scope 1 emission is the direct emission from the reporting company, And the scope 2 emission is the indirect emission that mainly associated with purchased energy. And the scope 3 emission is the emission across from the value chain activity. Put that into perspective, scope 1 and scope 2 emissions are mostly on the own control of the reporting company, while any reduction on the scope 3 emission would require collaboration across the value chain. And for us, chemical industry or plastic industry, typically scope 3 emission will be much higher than scope 1 and 2 emission combined. And this is also where our products, eco products, either from mechanical recycling approach or renewable feedstock, would help you effectively to reduce scope 3 emission and inherently the overall emission. Now let's look at the emission factors. This page provides you CO2 emission reduction with our polystyrene eco products, and it also provides a comparison between mechanical recycling and the bioattribution approach. Now, if we look at that, the scope of this LCA study is from cradle to gate, which means from the raw material of our products to our products leave our manufacturing plants. And if we look at the color, the emission is caused by two main sources: feedstock in dark blue and production emission in light blue. And it's easy to look at is feedstock portion is typically the larger part of the total emission. Now, if we look at different approaches, mechanical recycled HIPS with 85% certified PCR content would realize a 57% reduction of CO2 emission, while on top of that, a biocircular attributed polystyrene material with 90% certified feedstock would achieve a much higher number, up to 160% net emission reduction. And this portion includes the part from avoided waste incineration. Now, it's fair and clear to say, if the net emission reduction is a key factor, biocircular is the more effective method for you to approach. And we will further explain why customers choose our products and with a few successful applications in the coming slides. Now let's start with mechanical recycling. We are offering PS Eco 260 MR85 to the print market. And why does our customers select this grade? To start with, this grade provides 85% certified PCR content. This is the key or very important for customer or brand owners with hard targets on PCR usage. And with our technology know-how, we can provide this grade with very consistent properties such as impact strength, high flowability, and dimension stability, and allows our customer to use that as a drop-in solution to replace fossil grade. And this grade is also available in various colors from white, gray to black. And with this 85% PCR content, it offers 50% reduction on the CO2 emission. Now let's look at the bicircular products. A great example of polystyrene in food packaging, yogurt multi-pack. And why customers use this grade? To start with, polystyrene is still the best material for this famous application. It is rigid, easy to thermoform, and easy to process. And on top of that, polystyrene is still the only packaging material that will allow a single snap off from the big part to small units without destroying the whole pack. And what can our grades offer? As addressed before, a bicircular material will have the same regulatory compliance and equivalent to a fossil grade. So this is a proven safe material for this application. And with 19% of certified bicircular content, it will offer 160% reduction on the CO2 emission And this is a key factor for brand owners to have the ambition to reduce carbon footprint significantly. And let's look at another example of ice sheet extrusion to end applications such as polystyrene sheet and a food container. Now we are offering a GPPS grade for this application, which fits the requirement well. It has to be rigid, it has to be transparent, it also has to provide high mass strength for low ratio expansion. Now we're offering polystyrene eco 158K BC100 for this application with 3.0 MFR. And with 100% certified bicircular content, it will even enlarge the CO2 emission reduction percentage to 190%. And this fits the brand owner's ambition well. And if we look at another example via injection molding, a polystyrene water jar. Now, this application has to be water clear, has to offer a good balance between toughness and rigidity. Now, as such, we are offering even low MFR polystyrene GPPS grade for this application, polystyrene eco 168N BC100. And as addressed before, with 100% certified bicircular content, it will allow us to offer 190% CO2 reduction across the value chain. Now, to summarize our presentation, we'd like to share that we are the global leader in styrenics, and we are committed to sustainability. Our world-class global manufacturing platform can ensure a good supply security to you, our customers. And we are committed to innovative collaboration with our customers and with brand owners to allow us to develop tailor-made products and solutions for you, and with a great focus on sustainability. Our teams are passionate, dedicated, and we are customer-centric for developments. And with that, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I will hand over the floor to Hanbok, our eco-based manager. Thank you.
Thank you, Rising and Charlie. Now coming close to our discussion and showing here our website, ineossolution.com. And you can find more detailed information and recorded contents by our colleagues in Asia Pacific, as well as our other regions. And you can find very visual information. Also, INEOS Solution eco.com is specified for our eco product. And then you can find our journey of sustainability by INEOS Solution. Please visit there, and you can find more detailed information. So it's your turn. I think let me check about the question. I think one question after this, can we send the presentation? I think this video is going to be recorded. I think if you need the presentation material, I think you can ask to your sales colleagues or key account manager, and then we can send it to you. And I found another question is a very specific question. So do we need to get ISCC Plus certification to use your product? I think this question, I think Rising is the best person to answer it. Rising, can you answer?
Okay, thank you. This is a great question, often asked by customers during our discussions. Do we need a ICC certification? And the best answer will be please approach ICC directly, but we would like to share our understanding as well. Now, I believe the power of the certification is to ensure all the efforts and investment towards sustainability are correctly and transparently documented, and every stakeholder across the value chain can have good access to that documents in order to recognize the effort and justify the cost. Now, to the question specifically, there are different possible scenarios. First, if you just want to use the PCF number or emission factors that we just showed, I don't think that's a mandatory to get a certification, because this number comes with our product, and then you can further calculate based on that. Now, if you want to use the ICC plus logo and claim on the product, which is normally the most popular way and a recommended approach, in that case, the whole value chain has to be certified by ICC to complete the chain of custody. And there is also a ICC licensing scheme would allow brand owners to adapt the logo and the claim that is available on the finished product directly. So for specific cases, I would encourage and suggest that please check with ICC directly. Thank you.
Okay. So let me check about another question. I think this is related with the GHG, greenhouse gas emission reduction. How your product can be a negative or a minus CO2 emission? I think this one also Li-Hsin can answer more specifically. Can you explain more detail in Li-Hsin?
Okay. Another popular question, and in fact, very fair. Why a plastic can reduce carbon emission? Now, in short, it's because of the biogenic carbon in the product. As addressed previously, all the bio or biocircular material can be eventually traced back to a plant or a tree. And we all know a plant can absorb the carbon dioxide via photosynthesis process from the atmosphere. So a plant is carbon negative. Now, when these biomass of the plant are converted into plastic, this biogenic carbon is also embodied into the plastic. Hence, we can say the carbon reduction effectiveness is bypassed from the biomass to the plastic. Now, it's very important, it's very crucial that those amount of biogenic carbon is correctly, transparently documented in the whole process. That's also why we encourage that certified or certification scheme is very important for this calculation. And we need to correctly report this greenhouse gas emission into the LCA process and PCF calculation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then another question is, this is a very straightforward and a very fair question. Can we get your bioproduct sample immediately for our technical evaluation? I think the product manager cases. Yeah. Charlie?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So all of our materials are currently being produced following exactly the same recipe and under the same conditions and manufacturing processes as our conventional products. Therefore, they've got exactly the same technical properties as our conventional products do. They share the same specifications and they follow the same regulatory statuses. We can also provide an equivalency statement if you require it. So in short, if you're already using our fossil-based products, there's almost no need for a additional technical evaluation. However, if you are in need of a slightly more detailed sample request, or if you want to have a more detailed commercial discussion around this, I think the first step would be to contact your key account manager, who will get you in touch with us.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. So one more question: can INEOS solution apply UL 28909 to BC biocircular and circular grade? I think this is related to the certificate scheme. The 2809 is simply say UL ECV, which you already saw our PS mechanical recycling we certified. But this is the how to say, we already have ISCC certificate, which is already proven all the value chain. I think it's gonna be a kind of additional certificate to get the UL again. And then I think if customers really need, maybe we can review about this one. And then if there is some specific requirement per specific grade, maybe let us know, and then contact to our key account manager, and then we will also reply to you. I think that's all question we covered. If no more question. So I think that's it for the webinar. Really thank a lot to participate today's webinar and raise some very interesting question. And as explained that the remaining question, or if you have any question, please contact your key account manager separately. Or if you have any additional question or inquiry, please do not hesitate to send an email to inst.webinars@ineos.com. And also, as I mentioned from the beginning, the recording will be uploaded on our website, probably end of this week or next week, and then you will watch it again. Really thank you for your participation, and have a nice day.
Driving success together.